Hello everyone and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Sophia Abdulsalam. In my last video I did a tutorial on how to cut this pattern, this shirt pattern you are seeing on screen right now. So this particular video is going to be about cutting out the pattern on fabric and sewing it. So what I'm doing here is just to cut out the back pattern. I'm starting with the back pattern first, and the back pattern is going to be cut on fold such that the closed part of the fabric is where the center back will be resting on, as you are seeing it on screen right now. And one thing, don't forget to add half-inch sewing allowance to the neck area, like I told you when we were drafting the pattern. So it's very important. Please don't learn from your own mistake, learn from my own mistake. I hope you get it. So once you are done cutting it out, please notch the important places like the waist, the center back, up and down. Notch them like I'm doing in the video. It will be really helpful by the time you are sewing the shirt. I hope you get it. Now we are done cutting out the back pattern. It is time to cut the front pattern. So to cut the front pattern, I won't be cutting it out like this. I will go and do the folding of the placket. I will need to go and fold the placket first on my fabric before I cut it out. Remember when we were drafting the pattern, we did 2.5 inches, but I told you we'll be needing only 2 inches for our placket. The remaining half inch is going to be for the extension at the front. So now I'm going to take the fabric to the iron. I'm just going to fold it out like I've folded this pattern that you have seen just now. I'm going to go and fold the fabric like that. So what I'm going to do is I'll fold it and put like 1 inch paper stay around there, then fold the first 1 inch on top, 1 inch on top of it, then use hemming gum to hold the second 1 inch. So don't worry, by the time I'm ironing it, you will get to understand it. Another thing you can use, apart from paper stay, is stay. I think I prefer stay. I recently worked with stay and I really like it. So you can use like 2 inches stay or 2.5 inches stay. It will really, you don't need to use hemming gum if you use stay. I hope you get it. And please, when you cut out fabric for your shirt, you need to please cut in XX, like 2-3 inches more than what you need, so that it will leave room for maybe the fabric shrink while you are ironing or something. I hope you understand. So right now I'm just trying to follow the straight line on the fabric that I have, and I have already cut out like 1 inch paper stay. So I'm just going to place it on top of, to follow that straight line. Like you have seen. Then I'm going to fold it like this. Can you see? I'm folding it and I'm going to use my iron to hold it down. So it's a good thing my fabric has a pattern that I can follow, which is straight. If your own fabric does not have this kind of straight pattern, you can just use your chalk to rule out your 2 inches. I hope you get it. You can just measure 2 inches. Just make sure your line is straight. Just follow your 2 inches and iron it down like this. Then put your paper stay. I hope you get it. So now I'm just going to measure my 2 inches which I need for my placket. So thank God it falls exactly on the straight line on the fabric. So I'm just going to cut it out, to trim it out like this before I start folding exactly what I need. So can you see that the paper stay is inside the 2 inches that I need. I hope you can see it. I don't know how to explain it very well, but just look at what I'm doing and try to replicate it when you are doing your own. So the 1 inch, the paper stay is under the first 1 inch. I folded it in. So after ironing this one down like this, I'm now going to use hemming gum to hold it down, to secure it so that it doesn't shift when I'm sewing it down. I hope you get it. But if you use stay, when you put stay has this stickiness after on the outside when you use it on fabric. So if you use stay, the way I'm folding it like this, that stickiness would have hold it down to the main fabric itself. So you wouldn't need to put hemming gum. But if you still need to put it, please put it. I hope you understand me. So just do what I'm doing right now when you are doing your own and follow through. Don't worry, it will come out nice. So the reason why I like to do all of this ironing on the fabric before I cut out the front pattern is because I don't know how the fabric will react to it, whether it will shrink or it will expand. So if I should cut out just on the pattern I only added 2 inches allowance for my placket. If I should cut out exactly that 2 inches, then cut the body of the front pattern, then after that take it to the iron to fold in the placket, the fabric might shrink and the fabric might expand. So by the time you cut it out like that, it might, when you are done sewing, you will see that the placket area do not relax. I hope you understand what I'm saying. It may not relax, and it may even affect the neck area because it has expanded. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So if you do all of this now, you do it like all the ironing has been done, you don't need to worry about maybe the fabric will shrink or anything. Even if the fabric shrink, by the time you place your pattern, you'll still be able to cut out your pattern exactly, and you won't worry about the fabric has shrink or the fabric has expanded. I hope you understand me. So I just want you to learn from my own mistake, because all these things I learned from making shirts, doing this, making the mistake, learning from it, blah blah blah, and all of that. So I'm bringing it to you so that you don't make the same mistake like me. I hope you get it. So learn from my mistake and learn and do it well. I hope you get it. So now I am done with the first piece of the front. You know, the front is going to be 2 piece, while the back will be single one. So now I'm going to do all the ironing, the paper stay, the hemming gum and everything. I'm going to put it on the second part of the front. So right now I'm just repeating all the process I have done in the first part. So let's do this. Now I am done with all the ironing. So right now I'm just trying to put the two front pieces together and cut it out. So to do that, I'm going to put the folded placket, the placket I ironed earlier. So I'm just going to put the two sides, the first one and the second piece. I'm going to make sure they are resting on each other like this. Then I'm going to take my pin to pin it down, because the fabric is very light and it's drapery, so it shifts a lot. So I'm just going to use my pin to secure it like this before I put my pattern paper on it to cut it out. I hope you get it. So just make sure you arrange it well, and it's not like, make sure the whole place is straight. So right now I'm just going to put my pattern on it, and notice that I have folded in the allowance for my placket, the 2 inches for the placket. I folded it in on the pattern paper. So the only thing that is left is the ½ inch that I said is going to be to extend the front a bit, because of your, by the time you button your shirt, it is going to overlap. I hope you get it. The buttonhole and the button part, by the time you button up, it's going to overlap. So this ½ inch here is just that allowance to create ease, and so that your shirt will not be opening up. Like, I hope you get it, to not be gaping. So please, another thing you need to remember to do is add ½ inch allowance. I'm saying it again, add ½ inch sewing allowance to the neckline area. I didn't add it here, but add it when you are doing your own. Then don't forget to add your hemming allowance, a bit taping allowance to the hem. I hope you get it. Don't forget to add your taping allowance to the hem. It's because I didn't add it here, because I've added it on the pattern. So if you didn't add it on your own pattern, please add it on the fabric before you cut it out. I hope you get it. So I'm done cutting now, and please don't forget to notch the waist area. Please notch the waist, so that by the time you are sewing, it will align with the back pattern. So now I'm just going to take this to the machine. I'm going to join the shoulder, and I'm going to sew down the placket area. Yes, I'm going to sew down the placket. Then I'm going to prepare collar for this shirt. Please, I've prepared the collar off camera. I have a detailed tutorial on it, so I'm going to attach it. So now I'm just going to go and sew it down, sew down the placket area and sew down the shoulder. Now I have sewn down the placket and I have joined the shoulder. After that, I have cut out the collar. So this is the collar. Please, I have a detailed tutorial on how I cut this particular collar here. Yes, this particular collar that I'm showing you, I have a detailed tutorial on it. I'm going to put the link in the description box, or you can just click on the link above the screen right now. So on top of the screen, just click on that link, it will be there. So if you really need to watch it, you need to watch it. Not like if you need to watch it so that you don't understand. I didn't include it here because the video is already getting long and I don't want to make the video too long, so as it doesn't bore you. I hope you get it. So in the collar tutorial, I even show you how to attach it. All these things, I explained it there. Please try and check out the video. So to attach this collar, I'm just going to put it like this. When you are attaching your collar, it is okay for the main body to peek out a little bit above, beyond where the collar is, but don't make the collar peek out more than the shirt. If it peek out, it is not going to align. But if the shirt peek out a little bit, it's still fine. But better still, make sure that the shirt and the collar align at that edge. Yes, at that edge. So I'm just going to take this to the machine and sew it down. Please, I'm saying it again, I have a detailed tutorial. It is very detailed, and trust me when I tell you it is detailed, on how to prepare this collar. You need to know how to prepare your collar well, and you need to know how to attach it to your shirt so that it gives neat and nice finishes. So I'm just attaching the collar now. And to attach the collar, the first thing you are going to do is you will need to secure the two sides of the collar to your shirt. You don't want a situation whereby one side of the collar is peeking out more than the shirt and all of that. So you are going to secure it at one side, then secure it at the second side as well, so that you can start sewing from the part that is convenient for you. So when you are placing your shirt and the collar, make sure that they are on the same level, or the worst that you can have is having the shirt a little bit peeking out beyond your collar. But the best thing is you want your shirt and your collar to be on the same level. You don't want to have your collar peeking out more than your shirt. I hope you understand. So once you are done securing it, then you are going to start sewing from one side. Can you see the effect that I'm having? So you are going to start sewing from the side such that the collar is on top and it is the collar you are looking at, like I have done. I hope you can see that it is the collar that is above. So when you are joining this, when you get to the shoulder joining, make sure that the seam allowance is facing the back. So when you get there, you need to sew it gently and neatly. So you don't need to rush. Make sure that the seam allowance of the shoulder is facing the back. And as you are sewing, make sure that you are arranging your shirt. You know it is the shirt that is down, you are not seeing it. You make sure you are arranging it so that you don't have folds or squeeze anywhere. I hope you get it. And when you are sewing your collar, please, you don't want to rush, because if you rush to sew it, you are going to rush to lose it. So be careful and keep on arranging gently. So when I got to the second shoulder joining, I pushed the seam allowance to the back as well, so that everything is nice and neat. I hope you understand. So if you do this well, you won't have any issue whereby the neckline is bigger than the collar or the collar is bigger than the neckline. I hope you get it. So once again, the detailed tutorial on how to prepare your collar is available on the channel. So I'm going to put the link in the description box, like I said, so you can check it out. So once you are done like this, so right now I'm just trying to make sure that the sewing is neat and I sew down everything neatly. So once you are done sewing, the next thing you are going to do is you can take this to your ironing table just to iron down the same allowance there. Then you are going to push it inside the collar. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about now. So you're going to push this seam allowance here, you're going to push it inside the collar, then you're going to sew down the edge of the collar from the inside. I hope you understand me. So you can take it to the iron first to iron it down so that everything will be flat. It depends on you if you can manage it. So just push the seam allowance inside like that, then take it to the sewing machine to sew it down neatly. So right now I'm done sewing down the collar. As you can see, I sew it down at the edge and it's looking nice and neat. So the next thing I want to do now is to prepare the sleeve. So once again, I have already drafted the sleeve pattern off camera. So if you would like to see how I did it, please, I'll put the link in the description box below. Please so check it out. So to do the sleeve I want to do for this shirt is a short sleeve. So but regardless, I will need to draft a long sleeve pattern for it, then cut out the length I want from there. So for this one, I'm going 1.5 inches above the elbow line. So, and I'm just going to fold it in like that. So the sleeve is going to, the fabric is going to be on fold like this. As you can see, the closed part of the fabric is where I'm going to place the midpoint of my sleeve pattern like this. Then I have already marked out 2 inches at the hem for my taping allowance. I hope you get it. So then I hope you can see the 2 lines. One line is purple and the other one I used pencil to draw it. It is for the purple line is for the front part of the sleeve, while the pencil is for the back part of the sleeve. And we all know the front part of our sleeve is always deeper than the back. I hope you get it. So now I'm just trying to make sure that my 2 inches taping allowance is correct at the hem. Then the next thing I'm going to do before I cut it out is I am going to add 1/2 inch sewing allowance to the sleeve crown like this. So I'm first of all going to follow the pencil line, that is the back line of the sleeve. I'm going to follow it through to add the 1/2 inch sewing allowance, then cut it out. Then I'm going to follow the purple line to add my sewing allowance to it. So I'm just going to do all the sewing allowance, add all the sewing allowance for you guys to see on screen right now, then we'll cut it out. So the part I'm cutting out right now is going to be the back, but on this same pattern is where I'm going to trace out the front part. So to do that, while adding my sewing allowance, I'm just going to follow the purple line like that. So I'm now going to pick just 2. You know, by the time I folded the fabric, I have 4. So now I'm now going to pick the 2, just 2 out of it, then cut it out when I'm cutting the sewing allowance. I don't know how to really explain that, but just watch what I'm doing right now. So our sleeve is now ready. So what I'm now going to do now is to separate the front from the back, so that when I separate it, I will know. I'm just going to notch the front like this so that I will know that the notched part is the front, and I'm going to notch the taping allowance. Now it's time to attach the sleeve to the shirt. So to do this, I am going to do it before I join the sides of the shirt. You can join the side of the shirt, then join the side of your sleeve, then attach it. But I want to choose the easy way out here. It's actually easier when you leave the side of your shirt open and you leave your sleeve as well open. Then you take it to the machine, join it, then after that you can now join the sleeve and the side of your shirt together. So the choice is yours, whichever one is convenient. But for this particular tutorial, I'm going to leave the side of my shirt open like this, then I'm going to put the sleeve. So please, when you are doing this, make sure that you are not putting the right sleeve on the left side of the shirt. So that is why it is important to notch your sleeve pattern like I did. I notched the front. If you want to notch the back, is okay, so that you know that okay, the part I notch, just know that the part you notch is whether front or back. But for this video, I notched the front so that I will know that if I see any notch on the sleeve, the part that is notched is the front. I hope you get it. So I'm just going to pin it like this. If you do it correctly, if you do it well, you will not have shortage. You will not have issue in such a way that maybe the sleeve is longer than your shirt, or the shirt is longer than your sleeve crown. I hope you get it. By the time you watch how to draft the sleeve pattern, you will understand what I'm talking about. The video is very detailed and you will understand it perfectly. So I'm just trying to pin them together, pin the right side to the right side, left side to the left side, so that once I get to the machine, I'm just going to sew everything together, and like that. Like I told you, when you are joining or attaching your sleeve to any cloth at all, make sure you do it gently and slowly. You don't want to rush, so you need to do it one stitch at a time, because if you rush and you sew what is not good, it is going to be obvious on your sleeve by the time you are done. I hope you get it. So you need to take your time and do it. What is worth doing at all is worth doing well. I hope you understand me. So just do it gently and neatly. Another thing is, when you get to the shoulder, remember we pushed the seam allowance, that is the joining on the shoulder. You push it to the back. Let's face towards the back. Let it align with what you have on the collar. I hope you understand me. So do it neatly and gently. When you are attaching sleeve, I must tell you, you need to be calm and relax and do it. You don't want to rush, because sleeve can be very tricky, and the way I'm doing it here is even easier. If you choose to join the side of your shirt first, then join the side of your sleeve, and you want to join it is going to stress you, especially if you're a beginner. This is the easiest way to attach sleeve to any cloth. And this method, as much as I said this is easy, does not mean you should do it while in a hurry. You need to be calm and do it, unless you're a professional. I hope you get what I'm saying. So just take your time and sew the sleeve. So that is just it. And once I'm done joining the two sleeves now, I'm just going to join the sides, and that will be all for this tutorial. So right now I am done joining the sleeves. As you can see, everything is neat and nice. I'm just going to go ahead and join the sides with my sewing allowance. I think I did 1 inch sewing allowance. Yes, I'm just going to do it with my 1 inch sewing allowance. But for the sleeve part, from the sleeve, you can sew it with 1.5, then let it go into 1 inch at the armhole area. I hope you understand. So from this, let me show you what I'm saying. So from this part here, this part, yes, you can do 1.5 from there, then let it go into 1 inch on the armhole like this, then take this 1 inch all the way down to your shirt length. The reason why I ask you to do 1.5 from that sleeve area is because I want, so that it will be firm. You can do 1.25 so that it doesn't get too tight. So thank you so much for watching my video. See you guys in my next tutorial. Bye bye.